We're about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Off play action. Here's Goff. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And taken right at the 35. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jawan Jennings that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to bunt the football. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Goff. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
The Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Goff, a handoff here to Swift. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Third and 2. Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. We're scoreless after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Back to the running game with Swift, and he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now it's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Badgley's kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Let's go do this thing, baby. This is where you stick it. Get him going, baby. Let's do this, man. Come on, baby. Come on, let's step up right now.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a man open down on the chalk of the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First down now, but that clock rolling. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He's got Ayuk once again. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And this is caught. Jennings. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in the field goal range now at the 27-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Gold is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
field goals, all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This will be fielded inside the 5. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Garoppolo now. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
How about the timing on that one? Where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Completes it to Jennings. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Gets this one to Juszczyk. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Garoppolo again. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3.
49ers 3.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. The Niners set to take over on offense. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you come back, which is exactly with that
Yardage. To throw is Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
To throw is Garoppolo. And his throw here is incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Garoppolo to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now Garoppolo. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Back to throw, Garoppolo. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. This is caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. apiece as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And they goal and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? Anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Eight yards to go on second down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's caught out right by Jennings. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. This to win it in overtime. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from 54 yards away. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get in overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. On first down, it's Goff. And incomplete on the deep ball. One overtime. How about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Now Goff on 1st down.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. And connecting here with DJ Chark. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got room.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st down, Goff. He's got it to Williams.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
Up the middle, it's Williams.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Williams. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 18-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the kick is good. And finally, this one is over. We thought it may never end, but that kick puts the exclamation mark on it. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.